Hey, good afternoon on this beautiful yet hot and humid Sunday afternoon. I really wanted to just post a quick video really quickly. And I'm just gonna get right into it. If you read thus, when you pay attention, when you just look at it, it just says, here are 5 steps to stop negative self-talk. Now, guys and girls, women and men, children, whomever may come across this video, I want to make this clear. It is not good to be around people that are negative. I don't care if it's your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, a coworker, and an ex, okay? It does not matter who it is. Understand that when people are treated in a negative way, they distribute that negative behavior that they've received onto others. When someone is or seems to always be in a negative situation, they tend to have a negative mindset. If they're only introduced to negative ways, they tend to create it within themselves negative thinking or negative traits. Okay. So the minute you talk about an investment, the minute you talk about a new job, it could be anything. You starting school again, say you're 40 or whatever it may be, right? Someone is always going to say something negative about it. Sometimes they don't even realize that they're being ignorant to what it is that either God called you to do or something that you feel within yourself. Like, you know what? Hey, this is something that I think that I'm good at, and I'm going to try it. Right. Also, before I read, people that are fearful of what they don't know or fearful of sometimes you getting higher than them, they'll speak negatively against what it is that you want to pursue. All right. So just as an example, let's just say a person works as a daycare worker. She has 2 children. She's a single mom, you know, and she has a really good relationship with her kids, but she wants to invest in finance. She wants to invest in real estate. She wants to invest and whatever it may be, starting her own digital marketing business or social media agency, whatever, right? People in the daycare space, people that are that works at that same daycare center, are going to speak negatively about it. Oh, well, you didn't go to business school for that. You don't have a degree in business. You don't have this. You don't have a business license. You don't have a DBA. You don't have they're going to tell you everything that you don't have, but they're not going to encourage you to get what it is that you need to get, what you need to have, and it's a shame, or what's funny, they'll have those, you'll find those people that end up speaking negatively about it until they realize, oh, I can't talk them out of it, so then I'm going to say something positive. So here are 5 steps to stop negative self-talk. Okay, now when it says negative self-talk, I was giving you a description of basically someone talking negatively about you. This right here is something that is very interesting of how we negatively talk about bad about ourselves. Number 1, find quiet and stillness. Guys, I've done this when I was, I've done this and I still do this, when I'm in prayer, when I'm in worship, when I'm, in my meditation, when I'm reading a book about Apostle Paul, when I'm reading the Bible, when I'm, you know, fasting, when you're praying, whatever, and to me, it has to be a quiet place, it states in the word, basically stating, find your prayer closet, right? When you pray in secret, things will be revealed, in the open. And, you have to find quiet and stillness. When you are in quiet and stillness, okay, it's quiet. Nothing is cluttering your mindset. No one is cluttering your mindset because nothing or no one is around. It's just you and the 4 walls that you stand, that you're standing in. Okay. When you're in that space, okay, speak positive. Speak positiveness, okay? Speak about your goals. Speak about what you want to accomplish. Speak about you going back to school or staying in school, right? Sticking it out. Speak about, you know what? I'm not going to let this boss, say what they're going to say about me. I'm going to show them who I am, right? So while you're in that quiet, in that stillness, don't just be just sitting there and calm and just being quiet. Speak positiveness onto yourself. Number two, listen non-judgmentally. Okay, well, I take that one. Now you may look at it differently, but I take it as it sort of says when it says listen non-judgmentally. When you're in a conversation with someone else, someone may be saying something, they may have a different mindset, something that you probably don't agree with, or anything like that. The worst thing you could do is judge them. That's the worst thing you could do. Like, don't judge somebody just because they're a little bit more different than you. Okay, say you're an introvert, right? You're more, inside within yourself. You're more closed in. You're more of an author. You're more of a writer, right? You get things done. God may give you things, internally, okay? But the other person may be an extreme extrovert, right? So their approach to things is very different. They're very outward. They're very approachable, okay? They're shaking hands and, kicking down doors like, hey, here I am. They have a different persona and whatnot. They have a different attitude. They go about things differently, right? So they may tell you something that what you're probably not comfortable with. Maybe you're in a season, okay, of just, you know, not secret, but you're in a season to just take, to receive. You're not in a season to give out. You're in a season to receive. So if you're in a receiving state and someone is a giver and they're out there and they're telling you about the standard third, you may judge them based on their approach. So try to, when someone tells you something about, it could be about business, it could be about life, it could be about relationship, it could be about religion, whatever it is that a different type of lifestyle. Don't judge them based off what it is they're saying. If you listen first and talk second, maybe you'll learn something. Okay. Number three, focus on one thought at a time. Guys, we know how it gets when you got 10 different business opportunities going on and you want to try every last one of them. You want to do credit, you want to do debt, you want to do finance, you want to do this, that, and the third. Listen, think of one thing at a time. Start it, conquer it, okay, get established in it, and then move on to something else. Don't try to clog yourself up, okay? You're setting yourself up for failure if you do that. Okay, so focus on one thought at a time. Find a replacement thought. If you find yourself thinking negatively about yourself, speaking negatively about yourself, placing doubt on yourself, okay, replace it with a positive thought. You could think about a niece, you could think about a nephew, you could think about, your firstborn child, you can think about a dog that you just, purchased for $600 or something like that. Whatever positive thought that makes you smile, makes you laugh, that, replace that negative thought with that positive thought, okay? Share it with someone else. When you have a thought, you're thinking about it, if you're on the bus, you're on the train, if you're at work, you're on lunch, you're on break, wherever, hey, share that thought with someone. That might be funny, it might be a little comical to someone else, right? And that's also breaking you out of your comfort zone, okay, and speaking with other people, okay? So share a positive thought with someone else, and that might be able to help them throughout their day. All right. Now this is the second part. I was gonna do a second video, but I just said, you know what, it has similarity, so I just added it to this to this note here. How to start a conversation, okay, when you have nothing to talk about, remembering the basics. Okay, so this kind of ties into when I said share it with someone else. Let go of your fears. Guys, this is something, okay? When it says let go of your fears, I remember I was listening to I can't remember his name, but I think it was Zig Ziglar that said that when he said fear, okay? We said false evidence appearing real. So when someone is fearful of something, like that doesn't mean that it's a bad thing, but sometimes when fear hits us, it keeps us down and it cripples us. So we have to really step out of our comfort zone sometimes and take a chance. Okay. Now we have to be smart. We have to do our due diligence, of course, whether it's an investment into something, do your due diligence, study it or whatever, look up many different avenues, resources, and see if this is best fit for you. But let go of your fears. If you're stuck in fear, you're basically hiding within yourself. You're hiding who you truly are. Like you're never going to reach your full potential if you're scared of everything, okay? Introduce yourself if necessary. You've ever been in a line and it's been long? I recently was at Macy's and it was a long, long line. And I actually put this to the test. And the lady in front of me was like, oh, they always got a long line, always got a long line. So I said, I remember when I used to work I just came out of nowhere. I said, you're right. I remember when I used to work at Macy's, man, it's always been a long line. But hey, we're in a really, we're in an area where there's a lot of people. And we just got to deal with it. We just got to be positive about it. At the end of the day, it is a timely part of the year. So I said, oh, my apologies, my name is Anthony. She said, oh, how you doing? She told me her name was Karen. I've been meeting a lot of Karens lately. I don't know why, but she told me her name was Karen. But what was interesting, she said Karen with a C. She didn't say Karen with a K. So that was interesting. I never would have known that if I never would have just introduced myself and stated that my name was Anthony. So, we just, started joking around about, different things about retail, industry, and, things just was, just a little bit better from just standing there, uh, waiting. It really turned into something amazing because I introduced myself, and it does say if necessary, but I thought it was necessary because if one person says something negative, the next person in front or behind them is going to say something negative, and then it's going to have like a ripple effect. It's going to bounce off from one person to the next. So if you say something positive about the employee, okay, that may be a little bit slow to register, or it just may be the person in the front decided that they don't even want none of the stuff, so they just wanted to buy it. Then they said they don't want it, and then they returned it. So it really, you have to understand, if you worked in retail before, you know what I'm talking about, because I did. So I know exactly, how that goes. So just introduce yourself if necessary, start a, little conversation, and that goes into the next step. Keep the conversation going with small talk, right? So for example, she said her name was Karen with a C. So you could say something like, oh, Karen with a C? That's interesting. Is someone else? Are you named after, someone else in your family? Why the C? Why not K like everyone else? That starts a whole different conversation, right? You can start talking about, oh, well, I like your necklace. Where did you get it from? I want to get that for my aunt, or I want to get that for my mom, or I want to get that for my wife. I want to get that for my girlfriend. I want to get that for my little sister or my niece, or, small talk. Keep a conversation going with small talk. After you introduce yourself, if necessary, keep a conversation going. Positive energy, guys, okay, brings forth a positive impact. Okay, positive energy bring forth a positive impact. Okay, and you can literally change someone's life by a simple conversation. Okay, so the next one, synchronize uh uh with your conversation partner. Okay, so guys, when you pay attention to that, all right, and I apologize if I'm going like kind of slower. It's because I'm getting a lot of messages right now on my email address, and people really have been contacting me about financing and them trying to get involved and all of that. So bear with me just for a minute. Okay, I'm just responding back to this email. People are needing leads and whatnot. Hold on, just a minute. Okay, works never stops. You understand, right? Works never stops. Okay, hold on for a minute. Okay, so last but not least, was to synchronize with your conversation partner. When I read that, what I immediately thought about was like, relationship, it's like relationship realms, okay? So it's like intellectually, and dreams, ideas, goals. Talk to your partner about goals. Talk to your partner about dreams that you've had, ideas of things that you want to do. Share your experiences and other things that you need to address. There is nothing more attractive to a woman when you have an idea. When you're dreaming about something and you tell her about it. When you have an idea or you have goals that you want to be met or that needs to be met, share this stuff, okay, with your relationship partner or with your conversation partner. That the conversation partner don't even have to be someone that you're in a romantic relationship with. It could be a business partnership, right? So if you are aligned with someone, you can have the same goal, the same ideas and whatnot. So share those ideas with your partner. And when you're sharing goals with someone that has a positive mindset, you're positive, it just comes together like meat and potatoes, right? It just comes right together like sugar and Kool-Aid, right? So I just wanted to share these quick tips with you. Okay, 5 steps to stop negative talk and how to start a conversation. Thanks.